I want to say that this is the worst term ever of the NRM, ever since people started voting in this country. I can tell you this is the worst. When NRM conducted their midterm review, they found that they had only achieved 20% midterm review. That is after 3 years. Therefore, this has been the worst term ever of the NRM, not only in Teso, but the whole country. When you look at our budget now, our budget is going to service the debt burden we have in the country, as opposed to going for the services that we have in the country. Look at our roads. We have pathetic roads. We have impassable roads. 2, look at our hospitals. We have our hospitals that are there by name. When you go to our hospitals, we don't have drugs. We have poorly remunerated doctors. We have poorly paid nurses. We have people, workers that don't have the morale. When you go to our Soroti hospital here, this one, it is a referral hospital, but by name. When the drugs are brought today, tomorrow drugs are finished. We have a huge population of patients that come here for treatment, but many of them are being referred to go and buy drugs in the hospitals because a doctor cannot turn its hand, they cannot turn their hands into drugs. The problem is the poor planning of the central government. That is number 1. Number 2, I want to assure you that why the NRM government has failed is that Museveni is a loner. He does not consult or work with his ministers. Museveni has the biggest number of advisors in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. He has over 138. Unfortunately, he does not even advise them. When they don't advise him, when they go to meet him, he tells them what to do, and that is it. The communication in this government is one way, from where he is to the other side, including the leaders that we have here in Teso. They don't advise the president because, first of all, they do not have the time, and 2, they have the president who does not listen. Therefore, we have ministers that are being advised by the president. We have the presidential advisors being advised by the president. We used to have about ministers taking direction, taking decisions on behalf of government. We used to have ministers taking decision on behalf of the government. But today, a minister cannot take a decision before getting to know which stand, where does Museveni stand. That's where we have a problem. Number 2, when you come here to the region, to Teso, we have promises here that have never been fulfilled for a very long time. And I can count 2, 3, 4 of them. Number 1, the first one, that is a pain. That is a pain. And I repeat, courts in Soroti here have made a pronouncement. We have followed government in 3 different cases in respect to the cattle compensation. We have never been compensated. Government keeps talking when we go to the next cycle. That is promise number 1, that the NRM government has failed, and this is on record. Number 2, government promised that they will be giving 100 scholarships to 100 students here in Teso to study in Soroti University. That has never been fulfilled. If the NRM students that have benefited, let them come out and tell us. That has never been fulfilled up to now. The issue number 3 is the Kumi, Ngora, Serere, Kagwara to Soroti Road. It comes in ministerial policy statements, but when it comes to implementation, nothing comes to our region. Therefore, I would want to dare any minister in NRM or any member of parliament or any leader of NRM to tell us one single project that we have benefited in the last 3 years of NRM. Only one project that we have got. Show me one in Katakwi, nothing. Show me one in Soroti, nothing. One in Kaberamaido, show me one in Serere. There is nothing that the NRM has done for the last 3 years, this very time here. I would even say the last 10 years. There is nothing that the NRM has done. They promised to give us money to build the Soroti City Council. Up to now, there is no money. They promised 200 billion. Nothing is there up to now. Up to now, the President Museveni promised to give the Church of Uganda money. Up to now, he has not paid. Even the church, he promised to give the Catholic Church money. Up to now, he has not paid. So there are many promises that the NRM government through Mr. Museveni have not honored. And therefore, me, I ask my people that these are things that we're going to see. There is no politics here. They have not done work. Me, Ebwalu, someone can ask me, Ebwalu, you promised this and this and this during the other election. I promised nothing. But even in the shortest time possible, we have brought a school. In the shortest time possible, we have made one or two things that are seen in the city here. Now, that is me as a simple member of parliament. So we have had a raw deal in this time of the NRM, and we tell people that sometimes performance comes with age. The president is in an advanced age, where he cannot be as vigorous as he used to be. The Museveni of the active Museveni stopped being by 2000. From the year 2000, we started changing. I have told you, we have our ministers without power. They can't do anything. Even if you are a what, but they are ministers without power. I repeat, we have ministers in Museveni's cabinet. They are 81 without power. They wait for directions from the president. They don't advise the president because they don't have time to do so. And even if he did, the president doesn't listen. So you can have ministers here, even 20. How have we benefited from them? Eh? They have been crying that they have never met the president. The other day I saw them being paraded, that they are going to meet the president, to advise the president. To advise who now? He has called you to give you some money and then you go. So that's the problem that we have now. The Serere, Ngora, the Kumi, Ngora, Serere, Soroti Road remains a big problem. That was promised by NRM way back from 2001. Is now over 24 years. It has never been worked on up to now. So our people should be able to see this. We don't do this because of politics, but if the NRM does not fulfill these promises that they made here, why would we continue voting for NRM? My appeal to you, our people who are listening out there, is that the NRM only listens to pressure. NRM only listens to resistance. Let us reject this NRM government, all their people from up. Then you will see what we shall get after this election. And in any case, with the age Museveni, he has attained the advanced age of 80 plus, coming to 90. We see that his performance has completely deteriorated. The performance of the president deteriorated. The problem is the people who are near him are only those who want to, who say the status quo must remain, so that they continue being RDCs, continue being ministers, continue being so and so. But running the country, we are in reverse gears. Not ask me that a minister like of Works will perform or does not perform in isolation. If the ministers have failed, the government has failed. I've told you the government has failed. So you cannot expect any minister in Teso here to perform in isolation. The government has failed.